A few days ago, Hoka sent me a pair of their new shoes, the Rocket X's. The Rocket X's are essentially Hoka's answer to the Nike Next Percents. At the base, they are essentially the same shoe. They both are very lightweight with extreme cushion and also have a carbon fiber plate in the midsole. I've had a little while now to try out the Rocket X's, see what I like, see what I don't like, run a few workouts, run a few easy runs. So now I want to give you guys my honest review of the brand new Rocket X. So first off, here's a sexy unboxing clip from when I first got the shoes.
Open it, open it.
Open it! It's like Christmas morning. So within this box, this beautiful blue Hoka box, is the best pair of shoes Hoka has ever made, the Rocket X's. Oh, oh baby. Those are pretty sexy. They do look fast.
Dude, they look so narrow too. Like,
they look, yeah.
They're like the slickest Hoka I've ever seen.
Rocket X, newest model, newest, most updated, most fastest Hoka shoe on the market. So since the time of this unboxing, I've been able to run a couple workouts in the Rocket X's. I ran one up tempo, which was like 7 miles at 620 pace, just constant 620s, feeling them clip off. And then I also ran mile repeats in them, which was amazing. That workout is gonna be on the channel on Saturday. Now from both of these workouts, I take away one thing. The Rocket X is incredible. Now in full disclosure, I do have to tell you 3 different things. First off, I have been wearing Cliftons for literally every workout I've done in the last 3 years. So of course the Rocket X's are gonna feel great to me because I just haven't had an alternative to the Clifton, which comparatively is not a very good workout shoe. Second, going along with that, I obviously don't have experience wearing the Next Percents, Alpha Flies, Hyperion Elites, any carbon plated shoe. I've only ever wore the Rocket X. So that being said, I'm gonna be basing my opinion of the Rocket X off of the Cliftons and the Pegs and the Ghost and all of those mid-tier training shoes. Okay, then finally, Hoka did send me these shoes free of charge, but this is not a sponsored video. And now that that's all out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about these incredibly sexy shoes. Okay, so first off, let's talk about pure bare feel and then dip into the raw stats. When I was running in the Rocket X's for these workouts, I felt incredibly smooth. And in the Rocket X, the carbon fiber plate really allows for a firm reaction off of the step. But it's not so firm that it would be uncomfortable. All of the foam in here actually provides for a ton of bounce and it makes it feel like a really cushioned shoe. Wearing these for my warm-up versus the actual workout, I could tell the pop, and this is kind of hard to define, but the pop, it made me pop off the ground easier once I started running faster reps. And ultimately, this doesn't only feel like a stronger shoe, but it also feels like a lighter shoe. I can easily tell the difference in weight between these and my Cliftons. And while this is great for short distance, this is my first real concern with the Rocket X. I'm afraid that the Rocket X and how light it is isn't gonna be able to withstand a half marathon or a marathon. Over time, I think your legs are gonna really be bowed down by the lack of support in these shoes. So that leads me to believe that this is really an ideal racing shoe for a distance like an 8K or a 10K. And Hoka has said this, they have said that the Rocket X is designed to be able to race shorter distances. And despite all this, the Rocket X should still perform better than any other shoe that Hoka has put out for the marathon and half marathon distances, except perhaps the Carbon X. So obviously I've been running in Cliftons for a very long time. And if you've been running in Hoka for a long time, this shoe basically feels like you're running in a very upgraded, very deluxe Clifton or Rincon. I've never been able to run the times I ran in these workouts as easily as I have than with this new shoe. It very simply put, the Rocket X has done everything in its power to allow me to run faster. So now let's go ahead and talk some stats. First off, and probably the most important stat of the Rocket X is the price tag. The Rocket X's cost $180, which is significantly less than the Alpha Flies at $275, the Next Percents at $250, the Hyperion Elites at $250. The price tag really cannot be overstated enough. $180 is not the outrageous price that you're used to forking over for carbon-plated shoes. $180 price allows the shoe to enter the mainstream. The shoe becomes a lot more affordable to casual runners, the local 5K guy, or high school runners in general. But no matter what you do, don't think about the $180 price tag as a reduction in quality. The Rocket X, just like these other Elite shoes, still has a mesh upper and still does have that carbon fiber plate. So this makes it extremely comparable to the Next Percent, and for a $70 price reduction, it's probably worth it over the Next Percent. As I talked about earlier, the Rocket X is also extremely light, weighing in at 7.4 ounces for a size 9. The lightness allows for quick turnover at high speeds. It gives a gliding effect when you're really running at top speed. As for the heel to toe drop, the Rocket X comes in at 5mm, which I find very natural. I was able to adapt to the shoe super easily, but it does have the same drop as the Clifton, to be fair. So for my conclusion on the Rocket X, I really do love the shoe. There is not a ton of negatives to point out, especially at a $180 price tag. And again, I never have seriously run in the Next Percents, so it's hard for me to make that comparison honestly. But based off running in the shoe, it is truly elite. I think this is really a great shoe for both workouts and races, as long as those races are on the road. That wraps it up for my shoe review of the Hoka Rocket X. I would highly recommend. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like. I'll see you in the next one.